Welcome to T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball. Last night, the Pirates put on a performance that Honus Wagner himself would be proud of. Tonight, first 25,000 getting his bobblehead. It's game 2 between the Tigers and the Pirates. Hi again, everybody, along with John Wayner, who is sitting in for Steve Blass tonight, getting a head start on the road trip. I'm Tim Neverett. Robbie Ince-Mikowski will join us in just a little while. Big effort offensively for the Pirates last night, and doing it without the National League MVP. But without the MVP, hasn't been that much of a problem. Other outfielders have stepped up.
It's been fun to just sit back and watch these ball games, wondering how well this offense is going to do without their big guns in the lineup. And, man, have they stepped up. Look at Jay Hay. Gregory Polanco's gotten hot. We've seen what he could do when he first got called up. Marte, right off the disabled list, swinging the bat well, driving in runs. And what about Lunchbox? Travis Snyder, what he did last night. Fun to see what these guys have done, really stepped up with Andrew Ott.
2 home runs for Snyder last night. They have a next man up philosophy here. Next man up on the mound is Edinson Volquez. Last Thursday against Miami, he had one of his best outings.
And maybe his best command that we've seen. Just the one hit allowed, a few walks, but the fastball, he was basically putting it where he wanted to, and that sets up his secondary pitches. His good breaking ball you see there and the changeup. But Volquez, boy, it'd be tough for him to outdo what he did his last time out.
So Volquez taking on Robbie Ray tonight for Detroit as the Pirates look to take the second game of this 4-game 2-city series. Bucks hoping to do it again versus Detroit. Back at it again goes Travis Snider out to left field. What a night he had last night. Perhaps his best night as a Pirate. 4 RBIs, 10 total bases, 2 home runs, and a sparkling outfield assist for Travis Snider. Take a look at Brad Osmus' lineup, brought to you by Honda. Rajai Davis, former Bucco, leading off. 10 career games against the Pirates, 8 extra base hits and 8 runs scored. Ezekiel Carrera will hit next and play center field. Ian Kinsler, Miguel Cabrera in the cleanup spot. Victor Martinez at first, J.D. Martinez in right, Alex Avila the catcher, and Eugenio Suarez doing the honors, hitting 8th and playing shortstop with Robbie Ray batting 9th against right-hander Edinson Volquez.
Roy coming off his best start of the season against the Miami Marlins. Just 1 hit allowed in 7 innings. It dropped his ERA to 3.70. 9-7 the record. Who would have thunk it? Volquez, after the year he had last year, has really turned it around and having himself a pretty good season.
Well, Volquez last Thursday was outstanding against Miami. Gave up just 1 hit in 7 innings. The defense behind him. Saw Snider going out to left field. Marte in center. Polanco is in right. Harrison back at third. Mercer at short. Nix at second. Walker still out. Sanchez at first base with Russell Martin completing the battery. And the coffee's ready again. Gregory Polanco last night, not only with the throw, but the short hop of a sinking line drive before it. And to gun the man out. Also been swinging a good bat again, so looking forward to watching him play again tonight.
Well, they have been impressive, not just with the bats, but also on defense.
Volquez's first pitch to Davis is in for a strike. Tonight is also Twitter Tuesday, and the Twitter Tuesday participant for the Pirates tonight is Gregory Polanco.
Nice.
So Gregory will be answering viewers' questions. There's a little chopper down to Jay Hay. 2 pitches, 1 out. One away for Detroit. Now Ezekiel Carrera will come up to hit. Came in as part of a double switch in last night's game. Played center field. He can run. Batting from the left side against Volquez. Volquez, the staff leader in wins with 9. He is trying to become the first Pirate pitcher this year to get to double digits in wins. Carrera hitting .308. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's inside. One thing about this Detroit lineup, and again, Carrera has not had a big sample of at-bats, but most of the rest of these guys are up around 300 or in the 300s. Victor Martinez hitting .322. You got Cabrera with 85 runs batted in. So they are a very potent offensive lineup. And Volquez falls behind 3-0.
And with the 2 at the top, Rajai Davis and Carrera, you've got guys with some speed as well. Could steal you a base. This team can give you instant offense with 1 swing, hit it out of the ballpark, or the manufacture. Certainly can hit with runners in scoring position. You look at all those RBIs 3, 4, and 5 guys have.
Ian Kinsler in the on-deck circle. 1 out. 3-1 pitch belted to right field. This is over the head of Polanco and off the wall. Gregory will pick it up, fires it into second base, and sliding in safely is Carrera with a double. The Tigers lead Major League Baseball in doubles with 243. It's another big part of their offensive repertoire, the 2-base hit.
Yeah, with Volquez, when you get behind the count, you have to come with that fastball. 3-1. Carrera all over it. Get that swing started early. Look for a pitch you can drive. Get that barrel out there. And using that great speed.
Just his second double. 1 out and 1 on. Runner in scoring position for the Tigers. Here's Ian Kinsler. Second baseman ended up with an 0 for 5 night last night. Barrel Automotive League leader stat. We told you the Tigers lead in doubles with 243. Angels are next, followed by the Twins. And the division leading Kansas City Royals with 210. That's right. The Royals leading the American League Central after their win over Oakland last night. And the Tigers lost to the Pirates. So it's a half game edge now for Kansas City as the Tigers have fallen out of the Central lead. Stretch by Volquez. He looks back at Carrera. Now the pitch. And that's a base hit. And Carrera is going to be waved home. And the Tigers with a 1-0 lead. Back-to-back hits, a double and a base hit. Kinsler with his 63rd run batted in. And the Tigers strike first against Edinson Volquez.
Well, the double was hit well. That was crushed off the right field wall. This ball not hit as hard, a little off the end of the bat. Just perfectly placed. Finds himself a hole. Doesn't get out to Marte quickly enough to have any kind of chance of throwing out Carrera. Going on contact, he could just cruise across the plate.
A lot of long faces last night on the part of the Detroit fans, but tonight a little different look so far. Pirates hoping to make those faces look long again. One guy who makes them smile and is worthy of a picture certainly is at the plate. Miguel Cabrera. Back-to-back MVP, Triple Crown winner. This guy can do it all. Ball, 1 strike. American League Central. See where the Tigers are. The Indians 5.5 behind the Royals. It's been a long time, Brock, since the Royals have been on top of the standings.
Isn't that something? And picked up 5 games in those standings in the last 10 games. Royals red hot. 8 straight. They have won 9 of the last 10.
Throw to first base, and Kinsler gets back. Now the Royals, what was it, 3 weeks ago maybe, were 8 games out.
Yeah.
Max Scherzer will pitch on Thursday afternoon against the Pirates. There's Don Kelly from Pittsburgh and Point Park. Up there on the right. One pitch. Fouled off, and it's 1-2.
Such a tough guy to pitch to, Cabrera. Ever since he came into the league as a youngster with the Marlins. And he's one of those guys that looks to drive the fastball the other way, has power to all fields. It makes him hard to trick with the off-speed stuff because you're always seeing the ball a bit longer than anybody else. Make a mistake, he rarely misses.
Martin setting up outside. There goes Kinsler, and a base hit. Kinsler's going to go to third base. And Dave Clark will hold him there. And a base hit for Cabrera. So Miguel Cabrera just continues to hit. That's all he does. Last night, his 40th multi-hit game of the season. It was his 10th 3-hit game with 3 for 5.
So, you know, that breaking ball not in a good location. Wanted it down and away. He left it up middle in. But again, not looking to pull it. A lot of guys will pull that breaking ball foul because they'll be out in front, but Cabrera just keeps those hands inside the ball. The barrel of the bat stays through the hitting zone so long. And just another base hit.
Ray Surridge taking notice early. And in his last start, Volquez only gave up 1 hit over 7 innings. He's given up 3 straight here in the first with 1 out. Tigers a 1-0 lead. Batter is Victor Martinez, the switch hitter, playing first base. You'll see him probably tomorrow as a designated hitter. Good chance of that. Speaking of that, good chance that Pedro Alvarez will be back in the lineup tomorrow as a DH for the Pirates. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch from Volquez. Swung on, a ground ball. Caught by Volquez. Goes to the plate, and they've got Kinsler hung up. What a play by Volquez. Martin with the tag. Runners at first and second. What's that saying about a blind squirrel?
Not feeling too good at that. Maybe the shoulder that he caught the ball with. Hopefully it's just his hand and the ball caught him in the palm of the hand, but a little bit awkward, I'm sure. Is like you said, Tim, a blind squirrel. Let's throw it back there just in case. And perfectly snags that ball and was turned around the wrong way a little bit, so he couldn't go for two. And he thought first, then, oh, wait a minute, there's a runner at third, so he gets it to Russell Martin, and Russell takes care of the rest. But hopefully Volquez will be okay. Fortunately, it's his non-throwing arm that he's reacting to.
Well, looks like Eddie's okay.
Sometimes you see those guys just kind of reach back with their glove like just behind their back, and sometimes they get lucky and the ball goes in there, but he did a good job of getting his glove up about shoulder height. I've never seen one caught up that high.
Well, Volquez with two down. Cabrera at second base, Martinez at first. Martinez safe on the fielder's choice. And the pitch to J.D. Martinez. Missing for ball one. .303 the average for J.D. Martinez. If Volquez doesn't stab that ball, it probably gets into center field, and we've got a completely different situation. Kinsler would have scored, and who knows about Cabrera.
Hard to tell if that would have got through. If it doesn't get through, you're hopeful that you cut it off in turn two. But with the way they were playing, maybe that gets through to center field. And then we got more trouble.
1 ball, 1 strike to J.D. Martinez. Volquez ready to go. Checks the runners quickly. Inside 2-1.
You see, maybe that's a tough one to call whether or not the middle infielders turn two on that or if that sneaks through. But
well, the one who would have had the best chance would have been Mercer. Had that ball continued through. And it would have been a different result had it gone through and Mercer got it. This ball hit high in the air to right field. Polanco on the track. Comes back to the grass, makes the catch, and he forgot how many outs there were. Rookie mistake.
Oh boy.
1 run on 3 hits for the Tigers in the top of the first. As the Bucs now get to face a left-hander, Robbie Ray. We take a look at Clint Hurdle's Toyota starting lineup. Josh Harrison leads off, hitting .318. Gregory Polanco next. Jordy Mercer, his first career game batting in the 3 spot. Russell Martin batting 4th. Starling Marte. Then Gabby Sanchez, Travis Snyder, Jason Nix hitting 8th, and Edinson Volquez batting 9th. Against Robbie Ray, who makes his first career road start in the majors. It's his 5th major league appearance.
Yeah, the lefty pretty much just a 2-pitch guy. I mean, he does have the fastball, changeup, curveball. He can be a little erratic. He can walk. He doesn't have the greatest command. The fastball's in the low 90s. His changeup may be his best pitch. Curveball, just so-so, but we'll see. Opponents hitting .311 against him. Maybe get him early, rattle him a bit, put up some crooked numbers.
Jay Hay takes upstairs. Ball 1. Gabby Sanchez and Edinson Volquez reliving the moment of that defensive play that he made. Turned out to save a run, perhaps. 1 ball and 1 strike to Harrison. And there it is, instant replay in the dugout. Harrison had his 9th 3-hit game of the season last night. 2 singles and a double. He scored a run. Pops this one up. Shallow center. Second baseman Kinsler under it. 1 out. Here comes Polanco, who knows now that there's 1 out, but he didn't know there were 2 outs at the end of the half inning. They're going to save those good throws for when they count.
He was certain that wasn't the 3rd out. As he threw that in, he's wondering, where's everybody going? Why wasn't anybody at 3rd base? Everybody's done that at one point in time. You can excuse him once.
Gregory walked twice and scored twice last night. Stole a base. Had a hit in 3 trips. Fouls this one away.
I think it's always better to figure if you're going to lose count of the outs, to think that there are fewer than more. If there's 1 out and you flip the ball into the stands, that's never good.
That's bad. Well, 1 pitch. That's up high. A couple of 22-year-olds going at it right there. Robbie Ray is 22 from Brentwood, Tennessee. And Polanco also 22. Ray into the wind. The lefty delivers 1-1. One's popped up on the infield. Coming in as the shortstop, Eugenio Suarez. 2 men out. Transactions have been plentiful for the Tigers lately since they had that 19-inning game in Toronto 2 games ago. Justin Miller, who pitched last night against the Pirates, was sent back to AAA Toledo today. Brad Ausmus has been very busy trying to fill out his roster and keep everybody fresh. So they have placed Anibal Sanchez on the 15-day disabled list. Yesterday, you see Sanchez, Joaquim Soria, McCoy was sent to the minors. Hardy sent to the minors. Hardy's back today. And Miller is back to the minor leagues today. Whalen, who hadn't been in the big leagues in 3 years, pitched last night, gave up back-to-back home runs. And Casey Crosby was released. Martin and Davis hitting the back-to-back homers. Strike to Jordy. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down, bases empty. And then tomorrow they'll have to make another roster move to accommodate tomorrow's starting pitcher, Buck Farmer, who will make his major league debut. He's only had 2 starts above Single-A. He's had 2 Double-A starts, and he's going to go for the Tigers tomorrow in Detroit against the Pirates.
been a lot of that this year, it seems like, and especially the contending teams dealing with injury and having to make changes and show the depth of the organization. Obviously, the Pirates dealt with their share of injuries. And Detroit, see how they can overcome their issues.
2-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. 3-2. Tigers right now 2-6 on their current 9-game road trip. Well, Tigers folks are looking forward to getting home sometime late tonight, early in the morning. Jordy jammed and rolled it to the shortstop Suarez. 3 up and 3 down for the Pirates in the first. So 1 full done at PNC Park. It's Tigers 1, Pirates nothing.
In the second, it's Twitter Tuesday here on Root Sports. I'm Robbie Mikowski. Our guest tonight was Gregory Polanco, the rookie right fielder for the Pirates, and he was asked by Justin, was it easy giving up your career as a pitcher?
It was good, but I didn't throw too hard in that time, so I didn't like too much. And I was a good pitcher. I throw a lot of strikes, good, but I always like to hit, so it wasn't too hard to be back to outfield. So, and I was so glad because 5 months later I signed.
How about that, Tim? Not a lot of people realize Gregory Polanco originally signed as a pitcher. Of course, as the story goes, Rene Gallo, the Pirates Latin American scout, said if we're going to sign him, okay, we're going to turn him into an outfielder, though, if you want that money that they wanted. And the rest, as they say, is history.
And Alex Avila flies out to Starling Marte for the first out of the Tigers' second inning. Yeah, with an arm like that, there's no question he could throw the ball hard, and being a left-hander, too. No telling what he could have done as a pitcher, but just his athletic ability and his ability to hit is going to be really fun to watch him. We talk about it a lot, though, Rock. A lot of fun to watch this kid develop because, remember, Andrew McCutchen came up, and compared to what he is now, how raw he was.
Yeah. Obviously, an exciting player was Andrew. I remember we got to this day in history in the last road trip and a 3 home run game from Andrew, and you saw where he hit the ball, how far he hit the ball compared to now, and his size then compared to now, and you're just going to mature and you're going to fill out. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get a better understanding of the strike zone, the opposing pitchers, everything. And sky's the limit. Even still with Andrew McCutchen, he's still learning and getting better as he goes. It should be an exciting outfield with Polanco and Marte, and quite some time yet.
Suarez takes the ball 1-2. Well, speaking of McCutchen, he will be eligible to come off the disabled list for the second game against the Braves on the 19th. That'd be the first day he'd be eligible to come off. Strike 3 called as Suarez goes down looking. First punch out for Volquez.
Misses with location again with the breaking ball. Meant to be down and away. Leaves it up and in, and a borderline call, top of the zone. He gets it.
Now Robbie Ray will stand in and take a strike. Ray filled in for Anibal Sanchez before. 3 starts he had for the Tigers during the month of May when Sanchez was out. Ground ball, and Volquez tried to backhand it. Now Nix drops it, and Ray is safe. Well, inning should be over.
Yeah, Volquez, for one, I think he thought about it and thought better of it. Let it go through. Nix just muffs it. Doesn't come up with it. Ball wasn't hit all that hard either. Ray wasn't really busting it down the line until he saw the bobble.
So an error to Jason Nix. And back to the top of the order, Rajay Davis. He bounced out to Harrison at third base in the first. Strike to Davis. This is a team you can't give free bases to. They're so powerful offensively. And they lead the American League in team batting average, hitting .274. Bouncer wide to third. Considering all the slugging that goes on in the American League, that's saying something.
Yep. Can't afford to give this team 4 outs per inning.
Tomorrow, Clint's got to put a DH in the lineup. It's a birthday game, huh? She got a ball.
That's awesome.
Nice birthday present. 0-2 pitch. On the ground ball to short. Mercer throwing on the run, retiring Davis. So no harm, no foul. Still an 11-pitch inning for Volquez.
Is brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import. By Toyota. Now's the time to go places with Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. And by PNC Bank for the achiever in you. Let's go Bucks.
1-0 Tigers. Pirates batting in the bottom of the second inning at PNC Park. Garrett Cole back here through bullpen today. He's had 3 rehab starts in AAA, and today worked here at PNC Park, trying to get himself ready to come back and pitch effectively for the Pirates. Handshake from Ray Searage and Yuki Rojas, and drink of water too. So Garrett Cole will make one more rehab start. That's the next step. He will pitch on Saturday in Indianapolis. He'll travel with the Pirates tonight to Detroit and then work out there, and then eventually rejoin Indianapolis for a fourth rehab start. The Pirates want to get him to go further than 6 innings and 75 pitches. They want him to stretch out so he can get up to about 90 pitches or so. But he looks healthy and ready to go, Rock.
Yeah.
Russell Martin fouls this pitch back.
And you would think if if our starting rotation hasn't been pitching so well, that maybe they would have brought him back into the rotation. But why not give him a little more time, get him a little more stretched out?
0-1 to Martin. One's upstairs, and you look at it, just looking at the calendar, you're looking ahead. And again, we don't know what is in store after the next rehab start for Garrett, but starting to get pretty late in the calendar as far as August is concerned. And the first possible day after that start that he would be able to come back and pitch in the big leagues would be the 22nd in Milwaukee. Figuring 5 days rest plus there's an off day on the Thursday, the travel day, the 21st. So if he pitches on the 16th, back the calendar around, and okay, first day he could pitch. Not saying he will, but first day he could possibly pitch would be the 22nd. And if it gets any later than that, another week or so, the rosters will expand. Martin bangs this one to the gap in left center field. That's going to roll into the notch. Russell Martin around first base. He is heading around second, and on his way to third, he puts the brakes on. Heads back there for a double for Russell Martin. It's a 10-game hitting streak, and career hit 999.
Boy, what a year he's having. Just putting good swings on it, working the whole field. Gets a fastball here, left up out over the plate. Drives it into that notch. Hands, I mean, just a totally different hitter than what we saw last year from Russell Martin. And I'm thinking if there was one out, he may have went and tried for 3, but with nobody out, doesn't want to take the chance of making the first out over there. So doesn't put on the brakes, he slides.
That's the emergency brake.
Yeah, the little pop-up slide.
Double number 11. And the pitch to Marte. That's inside for a ball. So starting Marte, a chance to get Martin in, tie the ball game. 263 the average for Starling. He had a triple and a base hit. Went 2 for 4 in the series opener last night. Scored 2 runs. And up in the air to right field. Drifting over is J.D. Martinez. He'll make the catch. Martin bluffs. Throw goes through to third base. Kick by Cabrera. We visited about Garrett Cole, but how about Brandon Compton, who has shown up here today? The Pirates making a roster move. Casey Sadler, who showed up yesterday and got hit around a little bit in the 8th inning. Sent back to AAA. And Brandon Compton will now work out of the bullpen for the Pirates. And the reason bringing Compton in and the reason bringing Sadler in the first place is the Pirates were short a man in the bullpen. I know, Brock, there are people that would ask, why do you put McCutchen, a position player, on the disabled list and bring up a reliever? Well, the bullpen and the bench are unbalanced.
Yeah, a little bit.
So you had to have another reliever out there. There's a ground ball. That's a fair ball. Martin will come around third, and Russ will score. Throw into second base. Gabby's safe with a game-tying double.
Tell you what, these guys, and we've talked about it, no McCutchen, no Walker, no Alvarez, but It's a different guy every night, coming up big. Now, here in the second, Gabby Sanchez, a changeup off the end of the bat. Broke his bat, but perfectly placed just inside the line, just under the glove of Cabrera, trading places with Martin and knotting up the score.
And here is Travis Snider, who after last night's performance should have a lunchbox of his own.
Lunchbox night here at the ballpark.
with a thermos.
Yeah.
2 home runs last night. 9 on the year, 29 runs batted in. 1 out, go ahead runs at second.
Another guy turning his year around, Travis Snider. He and Gabby Sanchez both off the slow starts this year, some inconsistencies, but Travis Snider's really turned his year around the last month or so.
Jordy, since the end of May, has been the top hitting shortstop in the league. We talked about it during the open, Rock, and it's been a philosophy the Pirates have throughout not just the big league organization, but the entire organization. And Clint Hurdle says it's the next man up. Somebody goes down, somebody is not performing well, next man up, get the job done. And that's the philosophy this ball club and this whole organization, top to bottom, has embraced.
It's pretty impressive.
3-0. Now it's 3-1.
You know, hear Neil Huntington talk about it all the time, particularly with the starting rotation and how, you know, year after year you need 8, 9, 10 starting pitchers, and you know, it starts there, and the job that rotation has done, the guys that have come up from AAA, it's been incredible. And now, you know, you lose some offense, and Sanchez stepping up, Travis Snider stepping up. I mentioned Mercer.
Well, last night for Snider, a 2-run shot of the second inning, scoring Marte. That going the opposite way. And this one, an absolute bomb. Center field, 409 feet. Solo shot in the 8th inning. Travis showing some muscle. Payoff pitch to Snider. And this one is lifted into left center field. Carrera watches it drop. Wow! Sanchez coming home. Here's the relay. Pirates lead it. I'll never look a gift horse in the mouth. And Gabby Sanchez took advantage, and the Pirates lead it 2-1. Can you believe that?
I mean, you maybe they didn't get enough sleep for last night's game, and the problems they had defensively. There's no excuse for this. You got a speedy center fielder and a veteran in Davis who also runs well. I mean, that's a ball that has to be caught. You've been told forever to communicate out there. Be vocal, be loud. And he's in there a position to make the catch, Carrera, and for whatever reason pulls away.
He wasn't calling for the ball, and I'm not sure what he heard from Davis, if anything, but center fielder, Rock, priority, right?
Absolutely. I mean, somebody's got to yell for it. I mean, the ball's hitting the gap. You got 2 outfielders converging. Somebody has to holler for it. Didn't see Roger, you know, we didn't see a close-up on Davis as to whether or not he was yelling for it, but if he was yelling for it, he would have been backing up. We'll take it.
Pirates in front for the first time. Jason Nix, the batter, still 1 out. That'll be scored an RBI double for Travis Snider, incidentally. They had some miscues last night early in the ball game as well. This one here from Rajay Davis, tried to barehand it. Marte hit this one in the corner. This was not ruled an error. And then he thought it could have been a double and an error, but it was ruled a triple. And then Victor Martinez looking to backhand that one off the bat of Snider, and that scored a run. So he had some troubles defensively last night. Strike 2 to Nix. Victor Martinez is back out there at first base tonight.
Obviously, there's some fielding errors, but there was some base running, mistakes. Obviously, a couple runners thrown out at home. One of them was thrown out at home. Davis both times, really. The second time, they were down, 4 or 5 runs? Getting a runner thrown out at the plate?
Right. Well, sometimes if you're a speed guy, you think you can do things that you shouldn't. Apparently he thought he could do something he shouldn't, and ended up couldn't. 1-2 pitch. Once again following it back. Nix had an RBI base hit last night. 2 nights ago, I beg your pardon.
Snyder with his 5th double, and again, that's another thing that helps out. It seems when you're swinging the bat well, you get those types of breaks. A little pop-up, should be an out, end up with an RBI double.
Some moisture coming down a little bit right now. 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. I was right the first time, Rock. He did have an RBI single last night.
Yeah.
Nix did.
He's another one now. We'll see if he gets anything to hit with the pitcher Volquez on deck.
2-ball, 2-strike pitch.
It's a change-up grip.
And Nix fouls it back again. Edinson Volquez in the on-deck circle. One out, 2-2 count to Nix. Robbie Ray set. He pitches. That's low. The count full 3-2. Well, Nix was a member of the last U.S. Olympic baseball team after the Beijing Games. The International Olympic Committee got rid of baseball and softball. But, won a bronze medal. Remember that U.S. team. And now the biggest international tournament is the World Baseball Classic. Gabby Sanchez with a double. Scoring Martin, and Gabby came in on Snyder's assisted double. Ready for the payoff pitch is Jason Nix. Shatters the bat. Cabrera's got it. That went farther than the baseball did.
And Cabrera does a good job over there at third base. You think of him just a slugger, but a guy with pretty good hands, has a good strong throwing arm, and pretty good concentration. After this barrel came out there with the ball, but Cabrera just kind of sits back, sees that the bat's to his right. Concentration.
Volquez with just 1 hit on the season, 1 for 31. I guess he's due.
Yeah.
Tried to make it happen there, and it's 0-2.
Looking for the heater, got the changeup.
There's the Honus Wagner bobblehead doll.
Woo! Let's go, Bucks!
First 25,000 got those tonight. He's a Honus fan, isn't he? Oh, foul tip, strike 3. Volquez is out. Pirates get 2 runs on 3 doubles and take a 2-1 lead. Watch Doug Drabek and the Pirates keep their season alive by beating the Reds in Game 5 of the 1990 NLCS on Root Sports Classics. See this legendary game with exclusive interviews and game stories from Jim Leyland, Ray Miller, Jay Bell, Rich Donnelly, Bob Walk, and Doug Drabek himself on Drabek Stymies Cincinnati 1990 NLCS Game 5, Thursday at 5:30 on Root Sports. 2-1, Pirates with the lead over the Tigers as we go to the third inning. Along with John Wehner and Robbie Ince-Mikowski, I'm Tim Neverett. Ezekiel Carrera will lead off. Center fielder who Travis Snyder owes a thank you card. And as Carrera went into the dugout, he went down into the tunnel. Lots of folks going down there with him. Maybe they all had somewhere to be at the same time.
Maybe protecting them from a snap. Sometimes you get that sense where a guy wants to get on there and let out his frustration, and who knows? Maybe trying to prevent him from hurting himself.
Sometimes guys have meetings by themselves. They usually take a piece of equipment that they think needs to be punished or disciplined.
Yep.
Been known to happen once or twice.
Back at the Three Rivers, one thing I remember about playing there's a water cooler that took a beating down the tunnel by quite a few players. One of them was in that clip we just showed. It's his favorite spot.
I still think the funniest thing is that drink machine they put in the third base dugout at Wrigley Field that lasted 24 hours.
Yeah. Zimbrana
and Dempster. I think both of them got it. Yeah. Successive days, they immediately took it right out. 2-2 pitch. Strike three. Carrera's out. One gone for the Tigers. This day in Pirates history brought to you by Day Automotive. 1991, Barry Bonds hit one of the most dramatic home runs in Pirates history when he hit this 11th inning walk-off to beat the Cardinals' Lee Smith. A Geronimo Pena solo homer had given the Cards a lead in the top half of the inning, setting the stage for Bonds to hit his second two-run home run of the game. August 12th, 1991.
And I want to say either the day, I think the day after that, maybe I'm spoiling tomorrow's this day, but I want to say the very next day, Curtis Wilkerson hit a walk-off grand slam against Lee Smith.
You know, I just saw the script for tomorrow. You did blow it.
Yeah.
Well, you wrecked it. Now the guys are going to have to go dig up some other stuff.
How tough could it be?
Well,
you know.
I think it's tough.
Yeah, well,
I mean, think about the things they have you dig up every day, all the research you do and all the work you do.
They could cheat off
get things ready.
The media information we get every day. They ignored the one in today's game information sheet.
That's a good one, isn't it?
Bob Walk came through with his fourth career shutout on this day, August 12th, 1987. A four-hitter, an 11-0 win against the Cardinals. Just literally blew that off and went to Barry. And also in that game, Andy Van Slyke had his 500th career hit.
Kinsler down on strikes. 2 strikeouts in a row, 3 in the game for Volquez.
And that's proof it isn't that hard because I haven't read this sheet yet today. That's the first I looked at it. But see, Volquez, good breaking ball there. That's what happens when he gets out in front, able to throw that breaking ball. And a lot tougher to hit when you're behind the count than ahead of the count. Good start for Eddie in this third inning.
Miguel Cabrera is 1 for 1. Hurdle telling me yesterday the approach to Cabrera during this series will be to pitch him aggressively, not carefully. Of course, Rock knew that because he just read that in the notes too.
Oh yeah, of course. I read these notes. I get them emailed to me bright and early in the morning. On days I work, make sure I have all this information memorized.
How many days is that, by the
park.
way? A 1 pitch. Cabrera takes outside. 1-1. Parrott's got a buddy. I think he's got a new buddy. Even he read the notes. 1-1. That's the count to Miguel Cabrera. You were in the notes not too long ago for one of these day in history type deals.
Oh yeah.
5-hit game against Atlanta.
Well, that would be probably the only this day that they can use for me. There hasn't been any other days, but that one.
October 1st, 2000.
Well, we don't even play October 1st anymore unless it's the playoffs.
Wow. You hit the last home. We can maybe do it September 28th this year. Maybe we'll just move it up.
That wouldn't be this day.
We could say 2 days from now or 3 days from now. 2 days. Anyway. 3 days. Two balls and 2 strikes to Cabrera. Volquez with 2 strikeouts in the inning. Got Carrera and Kinsler both swinging. 2-2. Out of play. Volquez is 0-2 in 2 career starts against the Tigers. He's got an inflated ERA too, 7.45, but he hasn't pitched against them since he was with the Texas Rangers in September of 2007. It's been a while. The next year, 2008, Volquez went to the Reds and had 17 wins. So things turned around for him in Cincinnati. 2-2. Oh, looked good. Martin held it there a little extra long, and Alfonso Marquez calls it a ball. It's 3-2.
Russell, you'll see Russell Martin hold some that glove there for a moment or two. That's about as long as I've seen him hold that glove there. He really wanted that pitch.
Rung up our strike zone that we show you. Now the full count pitch to Miguel Cabrera, and he walked him. 2-out walk issued. Now the tying run aboard. Victor Martinez coming up. So it doesn't get much easier when you get through the middle part of this Detroit batting order. Like the last time Volquez pitched against the Tigers, he was opposite Justin Verlander, September 12th, 2007. And Verlander got the win in that particular game.
I was a bit surprised to see Volquez had never faced Cabrera before tonight.
I think back the last time he faced the Tigers, Cabrera would have been where, with the Marlins?
Yeah. Yeah, you would think, with interleague play or with the Reds versus the Marlins or somewhere along the line, that they would have faced each other.
0-1 pitch to Martinez. 1 ball and 1 strike. Speaking of Verlander, had an MRI today and on his right shoulder. Left the game yesterday after the first inning with right shoulder soreness. And his manager Brad Ausmus today saying that it was Jeff Jones, pitching coach, but they were relieved that Verlander was not going to have to go on the DL.
Well, that's good.
One ball and 1 strike to Martinez. Last night was Verlander's shortest career outing. He'd never pitched that little in a game before. Ground ball to second, where Jay is playing in the shift. So that is actually a 5-3 putout, but it's an out. And we head to the bottom of the third. 2-1 Pirates.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball.
Cloudy skies, but the weather staying away right now. 2-1 Pirates with the lead. T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball. Pirates and Tigers game 2. We're glad you're with us.
I'm glad to be with you. Nice to take in a home game. Steve under the weather a little bit.
Yeah.
So take over for Steve, who hopefully get well. Steve, I know you're watching.
Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa.
What's he doing there? He told us he was sick.
Now that's not right.
He brought you out of semi-retirement so he could go down and sit in the seats behind the plate?
You've got
Are you kidding?
I mean, talk about the easiest schedule there is. Best job in the world Glass has.
There's a ground ball past third, and J-Hay on the move. Harrison around first, and he will be into second base standing up. Leadoff double for Harrison, his 24th two-base hit of the season.
Boy, that's, we were talking about all the unsung heroes and the guys that have stepped up. J-Hay, has anybody stepped up more than this guy? It's truly amazing. It's a nightly occurrence, an extra base hit at least. More often than not, it's 2 or 3 hits. It's RBIs, it's excitement, it's great glove work. So much fun to watch.
3 hits last night. He's got 1 tonight, 1 for 2. Gregory Polanco's 0 for 1. He popped up in the first inning. Second time through the order against left-hander Robbie Ray. Ray in his last big league start was the 22nd of May against Texas. He allowed 7 runs and 9 hits in 3 1/3 innings. He got hit pretty hard. Polanco bunts foul.
And he kind of squared as if to sacrifice, which is surprising, and maybe, who knows, maybe he did it on his own. But maybe Clint Hurdle just trying to get Harrison up to third, so wants to go with the sacrifice. Polanco has struggled against left-handed pitching. You don't have to be too fine with it. You really saw him, hit that ball at the end of the bat, tried to deaden it, but if you are going to sacrifice in this situation, just let that third baseman field it, and J-Hay could walk to the next base.
Polanco watches this one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Steve Blass, his grandson Chris, both brought their gloves. They know. Now that's a treat for Steve, because Steve
Absolutely.
works every home game, and he asked if he could take his grandson to a ball game and enjoy a night at the ballpark with his grandson. That's a real neat experience to have for both of them.
No question.
And you had to come out anyway because it's getaway night. So you had to be here.
Steve, you forget about that. That he obviously has kids and grandkids, and so it's going to be different for him to sit in the stands, kick back, watch a ball game. It's probably been a long time since he's been able to sit back and relax and watch a game from PNC.
Into center field, Carrera getting behind it. J-Hay bluffs. Carrera's throw cut off by the shortstop Suarez. 1 out. Pirate fans, we want to see how you root for the Buccos. Time to submit to have your pictures shown. You could be the AT&T fan photo of the game. Hashtag Bucks fan photo. Get them in for a chance to have them shown during our telecast tonight. Get better catch.
Let's go Bucks.
Well, for having a fractured rib, an avulsion fracture. And the 11th rib on his left side, McCutcheon's making an amazing recovery. Quick.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit far-fetched to think that he'd get back within a couple of weeks, but Hopefully it'll only take those 15 days.
Jordy Mercer takes outside. Well, he's not your usual physical specimen. He's a little different in a good way. And he'd never been on the disabled list in his career until now. But the Pirates needed to make a move or they would lose retroactive days. In other words, if they waited too long, they'd have to start the 15 days over again. He'd be out even longer. So now they'll get him back on the 19th. It's during that Atlanta series, and that certainly is one of the many reasons to come out to the Atlanta series, to see the return of Andrew McCutchen. You think he'll be back then? He should be back then. But the Braves, one of the teams battling the Pirates for the wild card situation, could be an early playoff preview perhaps. Plus the Braves and Pirates have a good history. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, 18th, 19th, 20th. There goes Jay Hay into third base. A stolen base for Harrison.
Well, that's the time to do it. When you have one out, he wasn't moved up. Polanco's fly ball not deep enough, so they were trying to keep him close, and Jay Hay waited the perfect time. You know, he waited until Ray turned his head towards the plate, and now if Ray looks back, he may have a chance of picking off Jay Hay, but when Ray, after looking back, shuffled, took off,
the infield in, and Mercer pops this one up right side. That'll drift out of play into the seats. And I'm not so sure that Ian Kinsler wasn't expecting a pickoff throw, because the kind of expression he made with his hands after Ray threw home, it was like he wanted the baseball and didn't get it.
You know, a lot of pitchers are told that, you know, when you're checking that runner at second base, just make them stop. If you make them stop, you can turn and deliver the ball, because most runners won't try to break if they have no momentum. The problem with that particular offering,
Mercer fouls it back again,
was when Ray looked back towards home, he paused and he took time. You see Kinsler, and that may have been part of it too, whether or not he wanted to throw, or, you know, with the runner stopped, go ahead and pick up and deliver home. Don't turn. Give him enough time to shuffle, and go before you start your delivery.
2-2 to Jordy. That's inside. Count is full, 3-2. Balls, 2 strikes to Jordy Mercer. That's a man at third base. Josh Harrison, a leadoff double. Steal of third. And Robbie Ray set to go out of the stretch. Here's the payoff pitch. Mercer, base hit. 3-1. Jay Hay scores. And Mercer, in his first career game hitting third, comes up with an RBI single.
Good job of picking up that additional run to play the infield in. He's going to give up ground balls that find holes. You know, if your shortstop's back, it's probably an out. You give up the run, but you get 2 outs, nobody on. But Jordy Mercer hits it hard enough, far enough left of the shortstop Suarez.
Well, the infield backs him, playing for 2. The pitch to Russell Martin gets away from Avila, and down to second base goes Mercer. Now we're in the 3rd inning with 1 out. So Ray has gone 2 1/3. He's thrown 51 pitches so far.
Good anticipation here by Mercer. He basically took a secondary lead and saw that the catcher Avila was in trouble. So another runner in scoring position against Ray.
Marquez, he's always laughing. He's always in a good mood, isn't he?
It seems like it.
He is fun to talk to. Except maybe when you're talking hitting with him. 1 ball, 1 strike. With runners in scoring position, Russell Martin a .382 average. 40 RBIs. He's got a man there. Jordy Mercer, 1 out. 1-1 pitch from Robbie Ray.
What a difference a year makes. And Russell Martin, last year, hitting a lot in the middle lineup and didn't have nearly that type of success with runners in scoring position. Almost like a totally different approach.
Count is even now, 2-2.
With just 192 with runners in scoring position last year. But what we saw was maybe a more aggressive Martin, where he looked to pull the ball, looked to drive the ball out of the ballpark. This year, really stayed back. He stayed short. He's used the whole field. The power numbers are down a bit because of it, but the production has been better.
And on the hands, 3-2. Branson, the hitting coach, he's got to be happy with the results, I think, overall this year. There's been some times where you wish things would happen with bases loaded situations here and there in certain situations, but I think all in all, the results have been pretty good at the plate. Not a good result for Martin as he strikes out. Russ is now 1 for 2.
He's looking for the fastball. He didn't get it. 3-2 changeup. Had it running in the inner half of the plate. Pretty good downward movement. Russ Martin thought it was a fastball. Pulled the trigger a bit too quick.
Marte flying to right. 0 for 1. Pulls this foul. 0-1 to Starling. He's done okay since coming off the disabled list, hasn't he?
Yeah. Great.
Hit the ball hard a number of times, including last night.
He's had such long periods of struggle this year before the injury, before he went down on rehab. And for who knows whatever reason, but I think, when you go back and he has the injury and he goes and he plays, a few games down in the minor leagues with no pressure, everything's pretty much relaxed, just trying to get some at-bats and reps. And I think you can figure some things out and realize that you don't have to press. You just go out and play and have fun. But there were times before the injury with Marte, it looked like he'd pressed. And, he looked a little lost at times at the plate.
Struggled a bit in July. Didn't have that many games in July. 293 in June. So far 360 in his first 7 games this month. 1-2 from Ray. Out of play. Ray's going to throw a lot of fastballs so far this year. Through his first 4 outings in the big leagues, he's used his fastball 62% of the time and a change 28% of the time, and less than 10% of the time he'll use his curveball.
And the velocity's been pretty good, up to 94.
2-seamer and a 4-seamer included in that 63%, so he'll vary the fastball. 1-2. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Ray. Pirates get a run on 2 hits, leave a man. We'll go to the 4th. Pirates 3, Tigers 1.
And the Pirates getting some good news today. In the Allegheny Health Network injury update is Clint Barmas running the bases again. I believe it's the third straight day he did it. This is the last big obstacle that he has to cross, is running the bases in his return from a groin injury. Now he's about to go on a rehab stint. He will not leave with the team tonight for Detroit and Washington. Instead, he will go to Altoona. Manager Clint Hurdle said this will be a multi-city rehab stint. He's going to play a couple games with Altoona where he won't play the whole game yet, Tim and John, but then he will go in and progressively get his way to Indianapolis where he'll start playing a full game. And that is Jason Nix right there. And the two of those guys, Nix and Barmas, were teammates in Colorado with the Rockies. And what's kind of unique there is they were almost teammates for the Team USA's Olympic team back in 2008 when they played for Clint Hurdle. The only reason Jason Nix ended up going to play in the Olympics and earned a bronze medal, Clint Barmas did not, because he was struggling and was up and down between AAA and the big leagues. And Barmas knew he was going to be a September call-up, so he decided to go back to the big leagues. How about that? It would have been Jason Nix and Clint Barmas, your medal-winning double play combo for Team USA back in 2008. And that man managed them in the big leagues. How about that?
That's right. That's right. It was quite an experience for Nix and a lot of the other players that took part in that. Even Steven Strasburg, he was the only college player at the time right out of San Diego State. All the rest of them were professionals at either the AA or AAA levels. 1-1. Pitch outside. And Jason got hurt while there. Tried to bunt a ball in a game against Cuba. And the ball came up, got him in the eye, knocked him out for a while. He did manage to come back and play in the medal round against Japan. A swing and a miss. Michael Martinez, another utility guy, but with Nix here, Martinez figures to see less time in the infield. And then when Barmas comes back, Barmas will get some time and probably give Mercer a break. Broken bat roller to third. And J.D. Martinez is out. Pirates and Port Authority are offering a ticket discount to all fans with Connect cards. Get up to $10 off outfield box, lower outfield box, outfield reserve, or grandstand seats. Show your Connect card at the PNC Park ticket windows or visit pirates.com/connectcard. One out for Detroit. Alex Avila, the catcher, he flied to center field to lead off the second inning. Avila hitting .221, now down to .220 after his first at bat. What do you think of the international aspect of baseball, Rock? Playing tournaments like that?
Well, I think it's great. If you're a player, it'd be awesome to be able to travel the world and play against the best from other countries. I'm not a big fan of not a huge fan of the World Baseball Classic, although it's fun to see, but the timing of it all. But as far as miss it in the Olympics. I miss it. You know who I really feel bad for are the girls, the softball players. I mean, that was their stage.
Yeah. Avila hits this one well to center field. On his horses, Marte to the track, to the wall. It is gone. A home run. Alex Avila and his dad, who is the assistant GM of the Tigers, sitting next to Jim Leland in the booth there, has to be fairly proud of what his son just did, bringing the Tigers a run closer.
That was a bomb, too. He didn't miss that one. He doesn't have the highest average, hasn't hit for much average in recent years, but Volquez falls behind the count, throws the 2-1 fastball right down Main Street, and he knew right away as soon as it was hit.
Eugenio Suarez swings and misses. Now that run driven in by Mercer in the third inning after the double by Harrison, and the stolen base becomes just that much more important. Tigers are a team that you've got to outslug. They've got great starting pitching, but they also have good hitters. Pirates winning 11-6 last night.
Yeah, you have a feeling once you get a run or two, you got to keep adding on. You're not going to just sit on it. It'll be a tough chore to shut this team down.
One, two. And that's a strike. And Suarez has gone down on strikes for the second time tonight. That'll be strikeout number 4 for Volquez. One-run lead for Clint Hurdle's guys. And with 2 outs, the pitcher Robbie Ray up. He reached in an error by Nix in the second inning. Ball 1 to Ray. Ray out of Brentwood, Tennessee. Originally, he was with the Washington Nationals organization and involved in the deal that brought former Tigers pitcher Doug Fister to the Nats. Pirates will face him this weekend. And Ray, part of the Tigers' return on the deal.
Spent a summer, parts of a summer in Brentwood, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville when the Pirates, their AAA team was in Nashville. Nice area.
Two ball, 1 strike pitch. That's fouled off. 2-2.
The hotel there is pretty neat. They gave us a nice little deal. A lot of us guys stayed there, had like a little efficiency. It was the first place I ever been to that it had like an honor system. It had like a little food room that it was an honor system. You went and grabbed what you wanted and you just wrote it on a piece of paper and put it in the box.
Really?
And then they charged you for it at the end of the month.
How many times did you forget your pen?
I never did. Well, they had pencils there for you. I wasn't going to cheat them. But, you know.
Sometimes those pencils need to be sharpened.
Late night snacks. They had frozen food in the microwave. You could microwave it up. Late night snack.
Life in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch. There's a comebacker off the glove of Volquez. And Ray is aboard again. Can you believe it?
It's amazing. It's a funny game. You know, you put the ball in play, you never know what might happen. And that's why, you know, pitchers, you know, you just go up there and try to make contact. Crazy things can happen. And for Ray, obviously,
that's his first big league hit.
They gave it to him.
Yep.
Omar Vizquel gave it to him. I thought he was going to run the bases with it in his pocket. And just, who knows? Weakly hit ball. Both balls he hit were pretty weakly hit. Actually, the first ball that he hit, yeah, they could have argued that he may have beaten it out. I mean, that was a little slow dribbler up the middle. It would have been a bang-bang play.
Rajai Davis has grounded out twice. Once to Harrison, once to Mercer. This time he hits it to left field. Snyder back. And Snyder backpedaling makes the catch. 1 run on the home run by Alex Avila. After 3.5, the Pirates lead 3-2.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by 5-Hour Energy. 5-Hour Energy helps recognize those who, despite their own needs, put others first. By the Chevy Silverado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Pretty nice night, after all. Torrential downpours earlier this afternoon. No batting practice outside today, but it's been okay. A very pleasant night here. Kids are liking it. 3-2 Pirates heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. Alex Avila's home run, his 9th of the year. Got the Tigers a run closer. Tigers have scored a single run in the 1st, single run in the 4th. Pirates 2 in the 2nd and 1 in the 3rd to maintain their lead. And Robbie Ray getting set to face Gabby Sanchez for the 2nd time. Travis Snyder and Jason Nix to follow. Miami started off well tonight. Gabby's old team, they lead St. Louis 3-0 in the 5th in Miami. So that's a good thing. And the Brewers and Cubs playing at Wrigley Field, no score there. Pirates passed the Cardinals by a half game in the standings, so the Bucks are in sole possession of second. This one's popped up to left center field. Carrera calling for it this time. And there's one out.
He'll be a little more vocal after that. That's one of the mistakes a young outfielder will certainly learn from. I don't like to be embarrassed on the baseball field. And I'm sure he was a bit embarrassed by that ball he allowed drop.
But as a center fielder, you know you've got priority, and you know you've got to go until you're called off, correct?
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. He's for whatever reason, who knows what he was thinking or what he maybe thought he had heard. Maybe he heard, you could hear a fan. Maybe he thought Davis may have hollered out, "You take it, you take it," and all he heard was Davis's voice and pulled away. You never know exactly what exactly happened there, but it is a situation where the center fielder does have priority, but you have to call it.
And there's another one for Lunchbox. Travis Snyder 2 for 2. They had a double back in the 2nd. Now he is aboard with one out in the 4th.
Well, he hasn't had many at bats against left-handed pitchers. He gets a fastball right down Main Street there. A big key for Snyder. Look at the lower half, how the hips get through early. It allows him to get that barrel out front. That was the issue for him through the first half of the season. 5 for his last 7, and now 8 for 21 against lefties.
Jason Nix facing Ray and takes a strike. Nix grounded out to third, broke his bat in several pieces. One big piece hurtled toward the third baseman, Cabrera. Still able to remain unfazed and make the play. Nothing at 2 to Nix. When Nix arrived and joined the team in Arizona, we had a conversation with pitcher Jared Hughes, and they found out they're neighbors in the Dallas area.
Huh.
Found out they live near each other. And Nix hits this one well. Going back on it is Davis, and Davis makes the catch running onto the warning track. Back to first base goes Snyder, 2 men out.
Well struck ball, but in the wrong ballpark. A lot of the Central Division ballparks, that's at least off the wall. So much space out here in left center field, and Davis with the good speed able to get over there easily.
Edinson Volquez Struck out swinging in the second inning.
Here you see all that green grass, the dimensions, all that space in left center field.
Two to Volquez. He was backing out of there, but that was a good pitch. Maybe if we keep saying he's due, he'll finally get a hit.
He got no chance. None. Zero.
Well, Rocco's right. And Volquez strikes out for the second time. No runs a hit. One man left. We'll head to the fifth. $3-2.
That usually works.
Current National League Central Division standings with the Pirates in second, 2.5 back of the Brewers. Cardinals 3 back, Reds 5.5 back, and the Cubs 15 back. Great shot of the rotunda tonight. Great crowd on hand. Near capacity crowd. Probably, I think they're pushing another sellout, Rock.
It's amazing. It's awesome to see, though. Weeknight games. Every section almost full.
Carrera runs up and looks at it. That's ball one. 1-0. We have seen this more often than not this year. What a great view and great crowd tonight. 2-0. Ezequiel Carrera doubled and scored in the first inning and then struck out swinging in the third.
Ray can't be happy with that, especially when you turn this lineup over and you got guys directly in front of Cabrera. Certainly don't want to give him favorable counts. You don't want to hand out free passes.
This is what happened in his first at bat when he got 3-0, then had to groove a strike, and Carrera put it off the wall in right field. Now he's got strike 2 on it.
A little better location. It was a 3-1 fastball that Carrera hit off the wall, but it was up middle in. That 3-1 pitch outside part of the plate. Good location. Good pitcher's pitch.
Payoff pitch from Volquez to Ezekiel Carrera. Bounce to second base. Good hop for Nix. One down. Catch all the second half action on MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service. Watch every out-of-market game live in True HD on over 400 devices. Visit Pirates.com for details. Great to see the Bucco fans all clad in their gear. Wonder how much we'll see of that in Detroit. Close trip.
Yeah.
Washington, D.C. over the weekend. Usually a lot of Pirate fans will make that trip. 1-0 to Kinsler. Now it's 2-0. And falling behind the second straight hitter is Volquez.
It'd be impressive if we get a lot of Pirate fans in Detroit. You figure midweek, just a 2-game series, only one night game.
Yeah, it will be a quick trip in there. One night game followed by a day game. Strike to Kinsler.
Now Washington, now D.C. I wouldn't be surprised to see a good Bucco presence.
Two and one to the Tigers' second baseman. Now it's 3-1. Volquez missing downstairs. What is the orange and blue doing in the middle of all that black and gold? 3-2. You know, we used to see in spring training when the Tigers would come in, it seemed like it was mostly Tiger fans at McKechnie Field. That's not the case anymore. Last couple of years, the Pirates are certainly getting their share of fans at spring training, and a wonderful facility. There's a bouncer to Jay. 2 out. Kinsler grounds out. He's 1 for 3.
Nice job of coming back on both these hitters, and this is the situation you like when Miguel Cabrera comes to the plate. Base is empty.
And Cabrera is 1 for 1. He walked in the third. Had a base hit back in the first inning. First inning could have been a big inning for the Tigers, but they managed just 1 run on 3 hits. Kinsler was caught heading home on a ground ball up the middle by Victor Martinez that was snared behind the back by Volquez. He threw to the plate, and Russell Martin ended up tagging out Kinsler, saving a run there. 1-0 to Cabrera. Whoa. 2 balls, no strikes.
Two-seamer keeps running in there. Cabrera does a nice job of protecting those hands.
This has been the formula this inning for Volquez. Fall behind 2-0 and then come back and get a ground out.
Yep, get a ground ball.
Now it's 3-0.
And if it's a good one, I would think that he would be swinging.
Ball 4. Walked him again. And it seems like the approach to Cabrera has been more careful than aggressive.
Yep.
And defense of the walk in the third inning. The pitch that was called ball 3 could have easily been strike 3. In fact, it registered as a strike on our strike zone. But you get the borderline calls sometimes. Sometimes you don't. You hope they even out.
Surprisingly enough, he doesn't walk all that often. It's just 47 on the year.
Victor Martinez is 0 for 2. Takes a strike.
And he's probably a big reason why that Cabrera doesn't get walked all that often. A guy that can drive him in behind him.
Nothing in 1 to Victor Martinez, switch hitter. Cubs have taken a 1-0 lead on Milwaukee in the 3rd. And a bouncer right to first base. Martinez doesn't bother running. And Gabby tags the bag for the out. 3 ground ball outs. Halfway home at PNC Park. Viewers in the western area of West Virginia, thanks for watching and rooting on your Pittsburgh Pirates. All of us at Root Sports, and the Pirates appreciate your support. Three-two Bucks. Pirates batting in the bottom of the 5th. Steve Blass playing the part of Ferris Bueller today. It's a possibility. Steve is here taking his grandson Chris to the ballpark tonight. Something that is not very often done when you work in the booth as often as Steve does, and just getting a rare opportunity to spend some precious time with family.
Well, I'm guessing that's the first time he's sat in the seat and watched the game here at PNC Park. I could be wrong.
Josh Harrison takes inside 2-0. Edinson Volquez, 4 strikeouts so far. So he's through 5 innings with a lead. Here's the pitch. That's up high. 3-0 to J-Head. Three balls, no strikes. Here is the 3-0 pitch. Ball 4-pitch walk. Pirates have the leadoff man aboard. Good time to add on. Fans, you can get your tickets in the all-you-can-eat seats for any upcoming Pirates home game. Starting at just $43, you get a Pirates ticket, all-you-can-eat hot dogs, hamburgers, nachos, popcorn, peanuts, ice cream. There's a lot more stuff. Go back for more food and drinks as many times as you like. Visit pirates.com/all-you-can-eat. Can you endorse those seats?
I haven't been out there in a long time. It's been some time. No, it's been
a couple
years.
Seasons, right?
It's been years. I'm cheap.
No, I know, because
I need them comped.
We shot you out there a couple of seasons ago.
No, it was at least 4 years.
You think it's been that long?
Yeah, at least.
How was it?
All you can eat says enough. It's a great seat to have. I mean, you see everything. I've always preferred, for whatever reason, I've always liked the outfield seats. When I was growing up, general admission at Three River Stadium, I like, because you can see everything's in front of you. I don't know. I just preferred the outfield seats, and that's high up on that wall there, looking down. It's a good angle.
Yum.
Yep.
Start with a pretzel. Lay a good base with the pretzel. Fill in around it with all kinds of other goodies.
Burgers, ice cream, peanuts, and I think nachos.
Polanco looking for his first hit tonight. He's 0 for 2. Strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gregory. Pirates jet to Detroit right after the game. Continue this series. Game 3 of this 2-city series will be tomorrow night. Same time from Comerica Park in Detroit. Change venues. There's a bunt right back to Ray, but Jay Hay on his way to second base, so a sacrifice. Harrison safe at second base.
It wasn't the greatest bunt directionally. Good thing we have some speed on first base. Jay Hay. So Robbie Ray just wanted to make sure he got an out.
Jordy Mercer got Harrison in the 3rd inning with a base hit up the middle. Infield was drawn in then. Now Ian Kinsler playing near the bag at second base, trying to keep Jay Hay close as well. Mercer 1 for 2. One of the neat things I think about these 2-2 series, play 2 here and then 2 in Detroit. It's almost like a playoff series in a way, where you're just changing venue for the next game. Every team has one. Pirates and Tigers go back to the 1909 World Series. And you say, well, what, is this really a rivalry? Well, rivalries are close series. And they played 45 games against one another all time. And the Pirates have an advantage in the series, 23 wins and 22 losses. So it's as close as you can get after the first 45 games played against one another. Pirates would win the 09 World Series 4-3 against the Tigers.
For me, in terms of the way interleague's here to stay, and you can play it. Somebody's playing it, 2 teams every night. The way it's set up, I think, division-wise, especially, you need to play the same teams.
Here's a pickoff attempt. Kinsler gets the ball that time, and Jay Hay's safe.
Yeah, I think there, especially when you're in a division like the Central and how it's played out the last few years, where you got teams that are all pretty close going down the stretch. Well, they should play the same teams the same amount of times, in my opinion.
Strike to Mercer, 1-2. Majority of this month hitting .375. It's early. His 12 days in, but he has played 47 straight games since Clint Barnes went out on the 20th of June. Jordy's been in at shortstop every game since. Playing a very good shortstop.
Indeed.
There's a bouncer. Jayhay's going to hit for third base. And the throw just barely gets Mercer. Harrison had a big secondary lead and felt he could beat it to third, so he took off with the ball hit to his right and made it easily. And now Clint Hurdle's going to come out. Jeff Bannister on the phone. Back to the video staff. Let's get a look at first base.
Yeah, they could have got him by a few feet, it looked like. About a foot and a half, maybe.
They're not going to challenge. So Mercer is out 6-3. Harrison moves up 90 feet. And with 2 outs, Russell Martin has a chance to get him in. Russ is sitting on career hit 999. Had a double in the second inning, and he scored a run. Struck out swinging in the third. 1 for 2. Look at his average, though, John. 291.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's high for Martin. He's having a good year average-wise. Last 18 at bats with runners in scoring position. Russell has 10 hits. Outside 2-0. We told you the next time you get to see the Pirates in person will be when the Atlanta Braves are here. You get some tickets at pirates.com at the PNC Park box office. At the end of August, 2 divisional matchups, the Cardinals and Reds coming in. And how big will that Cardinals series be at the end of August?
Yeah, that should be fun.
2 night games and a day game.
Change up off the plate away. Ray gets the call.
Two 2-1. That's a strike. Looked like it was high. So Russ probably not pleased with the count.
It seemed that like that one bothered him as much as the one prior. That one right at the letters.
That was a better pitch. Jayhay at third base, 2 men out, 2-2 the count. And the pitch from Robbie Ray. Almost hit him.
Still getting that fastball up there, 93. He started out first inning a little more velocity than he has through the last 2 or 3 innings. He went with the 3-2 changeup last time Russ had him out in front. That's the fastball away.
Struck him out. Foul tip. Pirates leave 1. We'll go to the 6th. 3-2 Bucks.
Hopefully it stays that way on the field. On Twitter Tuesday, Gregory Polanco, our guest, and he was asked by the classy Yinzer, how much did you know about Roberto Clemente before you came to Pittsburgh, and what is it like playing his position?
How big person he was, like, great person, not just as a player, but as a person too. So I always, they always talk about him. I know a lot of Roberto, so it's a very honor to me to play in the right field where he played. So, I feel so proud of me, of myself, and I feel so happy to play where somebody like Roberto Clemente played.
What a well-spoken young man Gregory Polanco is, Tim and John. You look at that. Now, listen, nobody's ever going to replace Roberto Clemente. We know that. But it's unique when you see Polanco make throws like the ones he did last night, the one he did last night to nail the guy trying to score at home plate. It's nice at least people conjure up some memories of Roberto Clemente to see that man playing right field the way he is right now.
Well, we're probably going to see some throws out of that young man that will be compared to the great ones. And we've seen some pretty good ones already. 1-0 to J.D. Martinez. He fouls it off. It's 1-1. Right there behind him, number 21. And there's our man Ricky. He loves to wear the blast jersey. And now he can actually serve Steve tonight now that Steve is down there.
He didn't know that Steve was going to be down there.
Breaking ball taken for a strike by Martinez. 1-2. There's Steve explaining the finer points of the infield fly rule. One, two. That's in the dirt. Ricky's there's Chris is looking for. He's saying, "Hey, Granddad, I want some food."
That's probably what.
Oh, Potato Pete, the winner. Potato Pete won again. By the way, it's 8 straight for Potato Pete. He is on a roll. There's a bouncer at fair, backhanded by Jay Hay. Long throw to get Martinez.
Really uses his feet well over there, does Jay Hay. On balls to his right, balls to his left, balls in front of him. His first step is excellent over at that hot corner.
Pedro Alvarez been working out at both corners recently. Been spending considerable time working at first base. Clint Hurdle saying yesterday that it's getting closer to when we might see him in a game there. Alex Avila homered his last time up, put it in the bullpen in the 4th inning. His 9th home run of the year. I think we'll see Pedro. You'd have to guess, and you don't know this to be a fact, but you'd have to guess Pedro will be in the lineup tomorrow against the young right-hander Buck Farmer, at least as a designated hitter.
Yeah.
It'll be the last 2 games the Pirates will use the DH this year. Tomorrow night and Thursday afternoon.
Really would like to see Pedro's bat come alive. He can carry an offense. We've seen it before. And was probably the biggest threat, through the postseason last year. I don't want anybody forgetting about Pedro and what damage that bat can do.
Now, there's still time. There's still plenty of time to get him going again.
Yeah, I mean,
what an important weapon he could be down the stretch.
Yeah. Over 40 games to go in the regular season.
Clint Hurdle was asked the question directly about Pedro. Will you use him as a DH? He said there's a chance. Maybe. Didn't want to put himself in a corner about the lineup for tomorrow, but I think you'd have to think he's going to be in there. Two. That's low. Also, it's been very nice to hear the response that the fans have been giving Pedro when he's come up in his last few pinch hit appearances. I think people really understand that professionally he's been going through some trials and tribulations, also personally.
Yeah.
Just coming off the bereavement list recently. So, you know, last night he came up, he got a nice hand. And I think that has to make him feel good. I think it's also a testament to these Pirate fans who really pay attention to what's going on.
He wants to get him back out there.
Pedro look-alike with the John Wayner look-alike. Three-two, bouncer right back to Volquez. 2 down. Pitch number 100 by Volquez ends up back in his glove and turns into an out.
He's getting some action. Just now somebody getting up in the Pirates bullpen. Still strong, 94 miles per hour.
Al Albuquerque, the right-hander, loosening up for Detroit. Pitch to Eugenio Suarez outside. Janmar Gomez now loosening for the Bucks. Breaking ball taken for a strike. Now it's 1-2 to Suarez. Hangs on. That's strike 3. Off the foul tip. 1-2-3. Go the Tigers in the 6th. Pirates up by a run. Network Super Bowl bringing us the fixtures. Taking back Sunday, September 10th, Stage AE outdoors. Pirates will take back Tuesday with a 3-2 lead. Bottom of the 6th inning. With John Wayner, I'm Tim Neverett. Robbie Ismakowski with us as well. And Starling Marte will lead off. Facing 22-year-old Robbie Ray. Ray enters the 6th. It's just a one-run ball game. He's acquitted himself fairly well. Gave up 2 in the 2nd and 1 in the 3rd so far. Marte takes ball 1.
Well, you really look at it, he hasn't given up many hard hit balls. In fact, 3 of the 4 doubles he allowed, 1 should have been caught, soft line drive. 2 were ground balls that just got past Cabrera, not hit all that hard.
Pitch is up, 2-0. Cubs have added another run on the Brewers, John. It's now 2-0 in the 4th. Chicago. Miami staying ahead of St. Louis in the 7th, 3-0. 3-0 the count to Marte.
Appreciate the help. Keep it that way.
Marte looks down at Nick Leva at third base, gets a sign. Abby Sanchez on deck. Sanchez with a big double in the 2nd inning. Marte will take that one. 3-1. Marte has normally hit left-handers pretty well over the course of his career. A .337 average against lefties. Ball 4. Pirates stolen base leader is aboard. Marte with 22 of them. Pirates with a stolen base tonight. Harrison got 3rd. They have stolen bases in 8 straight games. Dodgers have pulled back in front of the Braves 3-2 in the 7th. There's that Marlins Cardinals score. Move to the 8th inning. Had some rain there, but Washington and the Mets in the 6th. Boston getting on the board against the Reds. And the Cubs up 2-0. Brad Ausmus coming out to talk to home plate umpire Alfonso Marquez. And it looks like it's going to be it for Robbie Ray. As Ausmus looks like he'll pull off a double switch. Pitching change. Pirates 3, Tigers 2. Last night it was Travis Snider. This throw, what a throw. There's home run number 1. 2-run shot. They hit another one last night. A solo shot, 4 RBIs, 10 total bases. Tonight got the Pirates ahead with an RBI double in the 2nd inning. He's 2 for 2 tonight. He's our T-Mobile game changer. Double switch for the Tigers. Andrew Romine comes into play shortstop. So Eugenio Suarez is on the bench, and now Albuquerque comes in. He'll be inserted in the 8th spot in the batting order. Romine will lead off in the 7th. 54th appearance for Albuquerque.
Pretty good numbers there. Opponent average 229. Lefties hit him a little bit better. 256 clip.
Look at that guy.
Let's go, Bucks! Let's go, Bucks!
Wondering what's going on. So Albuquerque in, and the right-hander will face a pinch hitter for Sanchez, Ike Davis. Davis hit a home run last night, part of back-to-back shots in the 6th inning. Russell Martin started it, and Ike Davis had the back end. Hit one up over the Clemente wall. 387 feet, the estimated distance of Ike's home run last night. Albuquerque's throw to first. Diving back is Marte. Think he's got any product in there? Same stuff you use?
Robbie, baby.
I'd agree there. There goes Marte, and this one is yanked foul. Well, Starling has to head back to first base.
I guess the straight steal is Marte did not look in. Was sliding into second.
The same. Yes, Robert's got the shiny stuff.
You know, I'd like to give a public thank you to Katie Wallace, who works on the sales side of Root Sports. I had to walk in the downpour, and my hair almost melted, so I had to borrow some of her hairspray today. Don't tell anybody that, though, okay?
There's a secure man right there, willing to admit
exactly
that.
Right.
This is only about half as tall as the other guys.
One and two to count to Ike. Albuquerque ready to go. The 1-2 will wait. He'll throw to first instead. Marte gets back.
Toastman.
Well, whoever he is, he says hi. This one gets away. Marte not able to go, didn't get far enough away. Martinez jumped on it as quick as he could. Bad throw by Albuquerque.
Good read there from Marte.
There goes Marte. Ball up high. Throw is high. Marte safe. Stolen base number 23 for Starling Marte.
Another good jump from Marte. And another poor pitch to throw from Avila. See, well ahead of that throw. Avila, every time it seems like he's had to reach out with his left hand, which is not a good position to throw from. You watch Russell Martin as we have all year. You know, he almost every time he throws to second, when he catches the ball, his left shoulder is pointed towards the back. Avila, at least so far in this series, every throw he's had to make, it seems like he had to reach out with his left hand. His chest is facing the back, the target. And Russell Martin rather does such a great job of moving his feet, shifting, and getting himself in a great position to throw.
series of signs for Albuquerque, and a 2-2 pitch awaits Ike Davis. There's a hit. This can be a run. Marte burning around third. And into second base with a run scoring double is Ike Davis. 4-2 Pirates.
Go down and get it, Ike. Something off speed. Ike goes down and barrels it up. Ball jumps off the bat. It's into the gap out there in right center, and yet again. Well, that looked like, a change-up slider. Look how low that is. Look how strong Ike Davis is. Able to get down there. Just look it out. Just a wave of the bat. No effort whatsoever. And that ball just takes off like a rocket. Almost getting to the wall.
Marte scoring easily. Pinch hit double for Davis, and now Snyder to right field. J.D. Martinez camped under it. 1 out.
Another member of this team that's just stepping up, coming up with big hits. With the big guns out of the lineup, just so many guys stepping up, driving in runs.
Jason Nix the batter. And Nix swings the first pitch, fouls it back. 1 out, runner at second base, and Pedro in the on deck circle. And Hurdle continues to look for opportunities to get Pedro at bats in games. Good situation tonight. He's 0 for 3, I think, as a pinch hitter. 0 for 4. A little bouncer to Kinsler. And Nix is out. And here comes Alvarez to face Al Albuquerque. And listen to the crowd.
That's got to feel pretty good.
And remember these cheers during the postseason. Let's go, Pedro. Here they are again. Love to see him light one up right here.
Oh, not sure about that one. Pedro takes a little backdoor breaking ball. Thought it was a little off.
Popped it up. Underneath it, Rajai Davis. Whoa. Snow cone. 6th inning is over. Pirates get another run. It's 4-2. Edinson Volquez tonight. Pretty good 6 innings of work, 104 pitches. Must have played a little defense.
Yeah, how about that play? Reach behind the back, keeps Kinsler from scoring, and then the breaking ball. Once he gets ahead, he had that breaking ball working, getting some swings and misses on it. And it wasn't as sharp as he was the last time we saw him against the Marlins, but sharp enough to just give up a couple of runs against this Detroit lineup. 5 hits, a couple of walks.
They got 12 ground balls, 10 of them for outs. 57% first pitch strikes, 15 out of 26. And he is in good shape. Well, now it is Shark Week on Root Sports. As a member of the Shark Tank, Justin Wilson will start the 7th inning facing Andrew Romine. Romine came in as part of the double switch last inning for Brad Ausmus Tigers. At shortstop, 53rd appearance for Wilson. He delivers strike 2. So Justin not fooling around early. Pumping in 2 strikes on Romine. Mike Davis remains in at first. Pinch hit double for Davis, scoring Marte. Make it a 4-2 lead. And catching it. That ball fouled off of Martin.
I'd like to see Justin Wilson aggressive and putting the ball where he wants to. See where Russell Martin sets up that ball about right there. And Justin, a little while, had some struggles with the command. Its first 3 pitches in this outing, right at the mitt.
0-2 fouled back. We want to wish a happy 40th birthday to Kerry Hendricks today. You know, 40 is the new 29.
Yeah.
So happy birthday, Kerry.
At least you need 34. Something.
0-2 pitch. Fouled back again.
That one probably caught a little too much plate for Justin's liking.
Nothing in 2 to Romine as Wilson delivers inside. Romine is a guy that Ausmus is designated as a position player who'll pitch when they get into deep trouble. Don Kelly has also done it for the Tigers in the past, but Romine's the guy that they want to use. There's a ground ball to Davis. And there is one out.
And usually that means they don't care if you get hurt. Typically, when you're designated to be the emergency pitcher.
You're the expendable guy?
Yeah, you're expendable. Like when you need somebody to get hit with a pitch.
Well, both of those things have happened to you, haven't they?
Pretty much.
You've been sent up to get hit. You had to pitch in a game.
Not the big leagues.
The minor leagues you did.
Yeah. Always wanted to pitch an inning.
Rajai Davis is 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flied out. And since the first inning, the Pirates have been able to keep the traffic on the bases to a minimum for the Tigers. They've left men on in all but 1 inning, but only 1. They left 2 on in the first. That one is just fouled. One to Davis. Clint Barnes is probably reported will be heading out on a rehab stint tomorrow. He'll start in Altoona, then he'll go to Indy. You'll see Neil Walker as well. Still not on the disabled list, but still not in the lineup.
Both those guys looking forward to playing baseball again. And for Barmes, I don't think he cares where it is. I'm sure he's just looking forward to getting out there.
Big swing and a miss by Davis. And for Walker, I think the Pirates might actually catch a break in one respect. the next 2 days being American League games. You don't need as deep a bench in the American League with the designated hitter. You don't have as many pinch hitting opportunities, so they can probably get away with keeping him down for a couple of more days of rest while in Detroit. Lower back tightness has been an issue for Neal, but again, the Pirates did not put him on the disabled list. We'll wait and see how things go with him, but chances are good he'll be back sooner than later. But he is not available tonight. Clint Hurdle saying earlier today he will not be used. Down on strikes goes Davis. Two men out in the top half of the seventh. You can host your next special event at the ballpark. PNC Park is perfect for corporate outings, weddings, bar and bat mitzvahs, and more. Catering options are available in the Lexus Club, Pittsburgh Baseball Club, or Rivertown Brewing Hall of Fame Club. To take a 360 virtual tour of all the event spaces, go to pirates.com/PNC Park. Ezekiel Carrera fouls it off. Also, why don't you ask how you can get your wedding, engagement, or senior pictures taken here at the ballpark? Carrera doubled and scored in the first. Left on left matchup as he runs up on it and takes a strike. He just took a full cut on the first pitch, then ran up on it in the second. What do you make of that?
Well, he's just trying to steal a hit, basically, and then maybe in his mind, he's got a guy or two behind him with some pop. Maybe just get the tying run up there. Typically, with 2 outs, you want that guy to go up there and hit a double, hit a extra base hit.
Good life on that fastball from Wilson at 96. And at 96, but missing 2-2. Trent would like to get Wilson through the 7th and then get Watson and Melanson available for the 8th and 9th. Tommy had to come in and get a third of an out in the 8th last night. I'm sure Hurdle wanted to stay away from him considering the score, but the Tigers scored 2 in that inning and it just got too close for comfort, so Tony came in and got it out. Same there with Brandon Compton. Compton just called back up today. Sadler, who was in front of Watson in the game last night, sent back to AAA today. And in AAA, recently the Indianapolis Indians had taken Compton out of the rotation and had him pitching out of the bullpen as basically an insurance policy for the Pirates.
Yeah.
It was over the Pirate dugout.
It's really amazing how baseball has changed in terms of the bullpen and how it's used. And I can't imagine. You go back 30 years, the bullpen only had 5 guys in it. You had a 10-man pitching staff, and that would be impossible nowadays. You go with just 10 pitchers.
Bouncer toward Nix. He backhands, throws to first to get Carrera. 3 up and 3 down for Justin Wilson in the top half of the 7th inning. It is stretch time at PNC Park. Pirates with a 4-2 lead. And stay right with us.
It's time for the 7th inning stretch.
And by Levin Mattress, located in all Levin furniture showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks!
Head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Bucks ahead 4-2 against the Tigers, trying to take both of these home games in the home and home series. Josh Harrison will lead off the bottom of the 7th. He's 1 for 2. He popped up in the first, and doubled and scored in the 3rd. He walked in the 5th inning. And you look at the NL League leaders, Josh Harrison 3rd in the National League, and with this at bat he does qualify to be among the leaders.
I know that a lot of folks been waiting to see if he was going to get among the leaders.
What can you imagine? Could be a little bit of a race here. Josh Harrison 2nd on the team in hits and closing in on Andrew McCutchen. Can you imagine?
Never would have thought that. You know, we're sitting down there in spring training, wonder if he's going to be the 25th, 24th guy.
Yeah.
Here he is, an all-star, closing in on the MVP, doing all the things that he has done. It's been fun to watch. Really has been terrific to watch him this season in the lineup every day. Pops this one up, shallow left field. Shortstop Romine out. 1 out. You realize that's the 4th time Harrison has led off an inning in the game. Well, Andrew's doing some antics in the dugout. I think it was Robbie who asked him what he does in the dugout. And he just says, well, he just thinks of different things because he's bored. And at what point, Rock, are his teammates going to say, when are you going to be ready to go back out in the field?
They're going to need to get him out of the dugout, I'm sure, before too long. But I'm sure he's entertaining. If you were ever lucky enough as a student or an assembly to hear Andrew McCutchen and do the things that he can do, he could be pretty entertaining. Beatboxing but I'm sure after a while they are going to get a little tired of his antics, maybe.
Robbie, you talked to Kutch about his time in the dugout.
Yeah, and it's kind of a serious moment when a guy goes on the DL, especially Andrew McCutchen for the first time in his major league career. So he's obviously disappointed. But when you look at the other side, he ended the game with a duck on his head. He was the last man in the yes, yes, yes line after the 2 home runs hit last night. And he just said to me, I'm going to do whatever I think about at that moment, it's going to happen. Now, we all love Kutch. We know what kind of human being he is, but there's no doubt he's going to start wearing on these guys at some point. It might be kind of fun to kind of track by the end of the DL stint all the funny, unique, different things that he's going to do, Tim and John.
2-1 pitch, and Polanco belts it on the ground to right field. A base hit. Polanco 1 for 3. And Kinsler with an effort, but couldn't get to it.
It was hit too hard. Polanco stays back on the off-speed pitch, and those long arms gets out and around it a little bit, but still barrels it up. Hit too hard for Kinsler to do anything about it.
One out, one on for Jordy Mercer. Jordy's 1 for 3 with a run batted in. Mercer takes up and in. Seen some different guys batting that 3rd spot. First time in Jordy's career he's hitting the 3rd spot in the majors. So Martin's been there recently. We've seen Josh Harrison in that spot also recently. But without McCutchen, there's definitely a hole that needs to be filled in that 3 spot. Yeah. Pitch is up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. seeing a good one tonight. Two and one. John, looks like the Cubs are playing some good baseball. Just keeping you updated on that score with the Brewers. It's 3-0 now, Chicago in the 6th.
Yeah, they're hanging in there, and they've been pitching decently. Hopefully, who's starting that game? I saw it earlier. I forgot.
I was just scrambling to look at that when you asked me.
Hendricks.
Okay.
Hendricks for the Cubs, and he continues to throw up zeros, and the bullpen could hold the lead.
Anthony Rizzo has a home run in that game, his 26th. There goes Polanco. Pitch a ball, throw down, safe. Polanco with a stolen base, his 12th. Pirates have stolen 3 bases in the game tonight.
Take a look at it. This time Avila has a pretty good pitch to throw on the backhand, and very close play. Look at the Super Mo by Allegheny Health Network, and you're going to see a review.
Yeah, he is out. And Brad Ausmus knows it, and he's going to challenge it. And the Tigers will win the challenge. It looked for a second like Paul Schreiber, the umpire, was getting in a position to make that punch sign to show that he was out, and then his arms went to the side.
I was going to say the same thing. It looked like he was ready to ring him up. You know, that's the one thing that we're seeing, I think, with all the replays and everything. I mean, it used to be pretty common that if the ball beat the runner, they were ringing him up no matter what. Now I think umpires are trying to pay a little closer attention to the tag being applied.
It did not take very long, and the call is overturned. So that's the 28th play that Brad Ausmus has challenged, and the 17th one that's been overturned for the Tigers.
On the way back to first, the crew chief, Ted Barrett, was asked, it looked like asked by the home plate umpire Alfonso Marquez, by how much? Because Barrett put his fingers up about 3 inches apart.
Mercer swings, and that is strike 2. 49 seconds on the replay.
That's a quick one.
Polanco does not have his 12th. He's still on at 11. He's been caught now 4 times. And the Pirates have stolen 2 bases and not 3. So Alex Avila will get credit for a man thrown out. Here is Watson. He's prepared and ready to go in the top of the 8th. Three-2. Outside ball 4. Jordy's aboard. 2 down. Russell Martin on his way to the plate. And here's who's bringing the lumber. It's Russell Martin. It's brought to you by Yellowwood. Last night, Russell hit one 429 feet. A no-doubter into the left field seats. First of back-to-back home runs. Ike Davis would follow with a homer, but it's wee time. It's yes in French for Russell when he goes through the line. The 0-1 pitch coming to Russ. One ball, one strike. Russ with a 10-game hitting streak. His next hit will be his 1,000th of his career.
Get it here and put it in the gap.
2 as Albuquerque got him swinging.
Albuquerque's slider, it's not a big breaker, but short little down and away movement from the right-handed batter. And you can tell it's got some pretty tight spin to it because he's had some swings and misses. Hitter's not picking it up.
Strike 3 call. Third time tonight Martin has gone down on strikes. On to the 8th at PNC Park. Ralph Kiner was a Hall of Fame slugger for the Pirates, a distinguished baseball announcer, and a known name among the Hollywood elite. Celebrate his life and career with interviews from his teammates, fellow broadcasters, and Kiner himself on a special Inside Pirates Baseball tonight after postgame on Root Sports. Along with John Wayner, I'm Tim Neverett. Robbie's here too. 4-2. Blacks with the lead. Top of the 8th. A little late, huh? Not enjoying it right now. Pirates send Tony Watson out to pitch the 8th inning. He'll face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Kinsler, Cabrera, and Martinez.
How good are those numbers? Tony Watson, 8-1, a 1.46 ERA. More than a strikeout per inning pitched.
Yeah, Tony had to come in last night, got an out. Did give up a hit, too, to Cabrera. The hit was to right field. Gregory Polanco came up throwing and ended up getting Rajai Davis trying to score on that hit. So Tony faced just one man in the game last night. Kinsler bunts down third. This ball will roll foul. Strike 1 to Ian Kinsler. It's a final in Miami now, Rock. The Marlins have shut out the Cardinals.
Very nice.
So the Cardinals will fall a half game back of the Buccos, at least right now. And if the Cubbies can hang on and beat Milwaukee, the Pirates will get closer if they can hang on here tonight. So still a lot of stuff happening with the Pirates and Brewers late in their respective ball games. Boston has overtaken Cincinnati, by the way, in Cincinnati. It's the Red Sox 3 and the Reds 2. Kinsler in the air to left field. Over to get it. Snyder calls off Marte. One down in the Detroit 8th. So the Cardinals losing. These are the updated standings. The Pirates now full game in front of St. Louis for the time being.
It was Wainwright on the mound for the Cardinals too. That you know, for the Cardinals, that's the one game they expect to win every time he takes the mound, and so it's even an added bonus for me.
14-7 the record for Wainwright now. Jared Cozart beat him. Cozart, the pitcher from Houston that the Marlins got at the trading deadline. Pitch to Cabrera. Ball 1. Donovan Solano had a home run for Miami in that game. Apparently Giancarlo Stanton has cooled off.
He didn't hit 2 homers tonight?
No. This guy and that guy, both of them Cabrera fans. And they get to watch him hit from that close.
Oh, watch out. Keep an eye on the...
Bring your glove.
Yeah, the plate. That's
right-handed hitter up.
It is pretty cool and neat to be able to sit that close to the dugout and see all the players coming and going and see them hit. But man, foul balls get to you in a hurry.
There's a strike by Tony. Cabrera, the first Venezuelan-born MVP. He is quite proud of that. First Triple Crown winner in the American League since Carl Yastrzemski in 1967. Strike 2.
Location, one on top of the other, just about.
Payoff pitch to Cabrera. Got him. Tony Watson comes back and strikes out the 2-time AL MVP.
Watson so unassuming and workmanlike. Very modest. You get the idea, though, that he's up to this challenge. He's not going to pitch around him. He's not afraid to come at perhaps the best hitter in baseball.
Now Victor Martinez turns around to bat right-handed against the lefty Watson. Taking a look at the crowd tonight, 34,919, just to take under 35. Great crowd. Outstanding. We'll have to see the final game of this homestand. Some interleague play. Pirates on to Detroit tomorrow night, and they will be back to take on the Braves on the 18th, 19th, and 20th. Make your plans to join us here at PNC Park. Should be a great series with the Braves. Braves trailing the Dodgers right now 4-2 in the 4th. Popped him up, and Marte underneath it. He makes the catch. Clean inning for Tony Watson in the 8th. 1-2-3. Go the Tigers. a look at that moon on this August 12th night. Had the super moon earlier. And a super series so far for the Pirates as they lead heading to the bottom of the 8th inning, 4-2. Little insurance as they get set to face left-hander Phil Koch.
Super cool.
Marte es el hombre. He's the man. Marte facing Koch. Koch appeared last night. He worked the 8th inning. Ended up giving up a home run to Snyder. Well, Koch will deliver. Marte pushes it almost past him, and he's got to be there. Almost got it by him cleanly, and Koch mishandled it, and that'll be a base hit.
Oh, really? They're going to give him a hit.
They've already put a hit up on the board.
That's nice. Because once he fielded it, he flips it over there, he's out. But that's the idea. That's a great bunt if you do get it by the lefty and nobody has a chance of throwing you out. But I thought once Koch got glove on it that he would have had time. But happy for Marte. Pick up a knock.
One on, nobody out. Batter is Ike Davis. Marte has already stolen second base once tonight. Did so back in the 6th inning. With the lead, and Phil Koch set at the bell. Ball 1 to Ike. Now what's the trick here if you're at first base looking at the lefty Koch if you're Marte?
You know, a guy you're not familiar with, you want to see him throw over a couple times just to try to get a feel what kind of move he has. I mean, just try to figure it out. You try to pick up something to where you could determine when he's coming over and when he's going home.
There goes Marte. Broken bat. Marte stopped. Now he's out on the force out. That's a double play. Marte was going and then he hit the brakes.
I don't know if he thought maybe a line drive. I'm not sure if it's a hit and run. If it's a hit and run, it doesn't matter. If it's a line drive, you keep going. You don't try to stop. Putting on the brakes. He didn't even see where the ball was going. He just
that jump wasn't very good. Look at the foot's almost on the ground by the time he goes.
That's not a very good jump, and he gets off four hard steps and decides he better not go. But even if he kept going, I think it's a double play either way.
Even though it was a broken bat, it was hit pretty sharply to Martinez. 2 outs and a pitch inside to Snyder. These two met last night. Snyder won the battle with a home run. Another good night for Snyder. For the Tigers, it's a 9-game road trip. They've had a 19-inning game on this trip. They've been walked off twice by Toronto. And on getaway day, it's a night game.
Yeah.
So, been a long trip. They'll get back real late tonight. They'll sleep fast and get to the ballpark tomorrow for game 3 of this series. Vance Worley will throw. Worley is 5-1. Worley has the ball for the Pirates, and the Tigers have to make another roster move tomorrow to add Buck Farmer to the roster so he can make his major league debut. Farmer has only pitched 2 games above single A. pitched for Double-A Erie twice. Take a look at the Nissan road ahead. Buck Farmer gets to go 11-5 in the minor leagues this year. Then on Thursday afternoon, an early game, Francisco Liriano and Max Scherzer. That's how the series will wrap up. 3-2. By the way, Detroit's had a ton of rain recently. They had flooding. And they'll let the folks know in Detroit that the game is on as scheduled tomorrow.
I'll see you Thursday.
And the ballpark was not damaged. She's going to be there Thursday. That's good.
That is good. Glad. Hope everybody's okay. It's nice to get this game in. No issues. Beautiful night.
Snyder strikes out. Pirates done in the 8th. No runs a hit. That's it. Mark Melancon will come on to try to close this one out.
Presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Our AT&T fan photo tonight. Let's take a look. What do we have? Matt sends this one in. Pirates fan with a smile. Tigers fan not so happy. But these folks, who I'm sure have some interesting conversations about baseball, the American League and National League, DH, no DH. Those folks are smiling. Keep those submissions coming. Hashtag Bucks fan photo. Beautiful moon tonight over PNC Park. And we go to the top of the 9th inning. Mark Melancon looking for save number 22. 4-2 Pirate lead. And Tiger fan taking a beating. Trying to do the Dougie.
Melancon looking for save number 22. He too with the good numbers, 53rd appearance, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind facing the heart of the lineup, but I'm sure also think he's okay that Kinsler, Cabrera, Martinez, Victor Martinez is behind him.
Pitch to J.D. Martinez, and that'll be a strike. 0-1 to Martinez. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He's grounded out to Harrison twice and flied out to Polanco once. Pirates are looking for their 64th win of the year. And their 39th win at home. Pirates have the best home record in the National League now at 38-24. 7-7 in interleague play. They could go above 500 in interleague play with a win. And all this stuff that's been happening lately as far as wins without the MVP.
Yeah.
In fact, if the Pirates win tonight, John, you go back to the start of last season. Without McCutchen in the lineup, the Pirates would be 12-5.
Wow. Would have never guessed that.
Just goes to show you that next man up mentality has been bought into by these Pirates. 0-2 pitch. In the air to left field. Travis in front of the warning track. 1 out. Post game coming up after this one. Rob King and John Wehner is going to run down and join Rob tonight.
I assume there's security to escort me down there, right? Don't those guys have security?
Oh yeah, sure. Is that what they told you?
Or is it Zach?
Our stage manager, Zach. I think you're on your own, John. You'll get down there. Alex Avila, the hitter. He'll take a strike. Good fastball, 93. And again tonight, long faces by the Tiger fans.
Man, they didn't make the drive for this, I'm sure.
Shift on for Avila with 3 infielders on the right. Here's the 0-1. Inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, I hope they had a good time here in Pittsburgh. People who come and visit often do.
I always love, out of towners coming into town, just like we like the Pirate fans to travel.
There's a looper into right field, a base hit. So Vila gets aboard, a 1-out single. And the pitcher's spot is due up, so it'll be a pinch hitter. Brad Osmus sending Nick Castellanos up to hit. Castellanos with a .258 average. 8 home runs, 44 runs batted in. An infielder by trade. One on, 1 out. 4-2. Pirates lead in the 9th. Castellanos lines one into left field. And now the tying run is aboard for Detroit. Now you bet some of those long faces of the Detroit fans have perked up a little.
Yeah. That cutter from Melanson just leaves it up a bit. Not crushed, a little bit off the end of the bat.
Rally caps on. A little more excited now. Don Kelly out to pinch run. Kelly getting into the ball game here. The Pittsburgh native, former Bucco. Torrey Hunter will pinch hit for Romine. So Hunter batting in the 9 spot. One out, 2 on. The pitch to Hunter. Strike 1, fouled back. Hunter hitting .274. Did not start this one tonight. He was in right field last night. 7 out of 28 on the current road trip. Hitting 2 straight games. Went 2 for 4 last night with a double and an RBI. Avila the runner at second base. Kelly at first. So Martin needs a word with Mark Melancon. I'm sure some Pirates fans are starting to chew some fingernails right about now.
Yeah. A little stress.
That ground ball to Mercer could clean this thing right up. There's some Pirates fans concerned. Strike 2 to Hunter.
Drop the deuce on him. Good location. Starts it down the middle, has a break. Down and out of the zone. Now you have some pitches to waste.
Nothing in 2 to Torrey Hunter. 2 on, 1 out in the 9th inning. Tigers threatening. Good block by Martin, keeping the runners right where they are. Avila with a couple of hits, a home run in the 4th, and then the 1-out single here in the 9th. On Kelly pinch running. This is why Yogi Berra was right. It's not over till it's over.
Nope.
In the air to right field, Polanco has room. Gregory will make the catch. 1 out to go. Hunter flies to right. And everybody's up. Everybody's up. Bucco fans excited here in mid-August. Team in the pennant race. We're in the thick of it. Rajai Davis standing between a Pirate win. Strike 1 to Davis. Adjust the rally cap. Didn't work the other way.
You all got to go with it. Not just one of 3. Doesn't work.
0-1 pitch to Davis. There's a ground ball. Harrison plays it. That's a ball game. And the Pirates have taken the first 2 against the Tigers. 4-2 final score. And they've equaled their high water mark on the year at 9 games over 500, 64 and 55. Edinson Volquez is the first Pirate pitcher to get to double digits and wins.
You gotta like the way Volquez came out here. A little bit of a rough first inning, but settled in nicely. Not his best outing, but certainly pitched well enough. Just the 2 runs in 6 innings. But the different contributions offensively, you gotta love it. You gotta like the different guys coming through. You know, Robbie Ray did a decent job of keeping them in the game as well, and just had some bad luck. But you know, a complete team win. This team, it's remarkable without your big guys. And we'll say it over and over again, to be able to come in and take these first 2 against the Tigers.
Going back to last year, the Pirates have now won 5 of the last 6 games against Detroit. The updated standings now, the Pirates game and a half in front of the Cardinals, who lost tonight. The Brewers still in action and trailing in the 8th inning to the Cubs 3-0. Let's send you downstairs where Rob King is standing by.
Thank you very much, Tim.